Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from lawyermonthly.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, Paul Weiss advised on 20 billion Frontier Verizon deal. So, this deal, and I don't want to oversimplify this, but it's very simple. This deal, what it really came down to, in my opinion, but I'm very confident, is Verizon looked at the numbers, right? They said, okay, what will it cost us to organically build into this footprint, right? To scale to this type of size on the fiber, right? And they looked at, okay, this is how much it's going to cost us, right? And they wrote it down. And then they said, okay, how much is this going to cost us in an all cash deal to buy another player, right? They've probably had a couple of other players on the list, but Frontier was probably the most attractive. And then, they came up with the $20 billion number. What I'm confident, very confident in, the number that they wrote down to build it organically was very likely much higher than the 20 billion. I'm very confident in that statement. I mean, we can throw out a number and a guess as to how much it was building it on their own, maybe 30, maybe 40 billion, but it was definitely significantly higher than the 20 billion they're spending on Frontier. And I've asked several people on this, and we had the same, we had the same opinion, and we agreed on that it would have cost Verizon more to build it organically to that same size and scale that they're buying from Frontier. And Hans Vestberg alluded to that on several interviews, that it was cheaper to actually buy Frontier versus building it out themselves, right? That's how expensive fiber is, right? I just kind of wanted to put that in perspective for you guys. It's very expensive to build fiber organically. That's why AT&T is spending what they're spending, because it's very expensive to build out your own fiber. You have to hire the contractors, the fiber spool, everything. That's just very, very expensive across the board. So now we go through this transition period well, it's more like a waiting period, going through the regulatory approval, and then, Verizon is anticipating for this to last about 18 months. I think that's probably about the only downside and negative to this, is that you have to wait for quite a long time for these deals to be approved, right? If you did build it organically, you would already be making progress over 18 months, right? But it's very expensive. It's a very slow grind. So once the 18 months is up, boom, now you have, and once you got the green line and it's approved, boom, you got the scale. You just attach your brand, and then you start integrating. The integration process is going to take about another year or so, is what they quoted, Verizon said. So that's a total maybe closer to 3 years of a turnaround for all of this to come to fruition, which is probably still faster than what it would have taken for Verizon to build this organically. So cheaper and quicker as well, right? It probably would take maybe 6 years or more for them to build organically to the scale where Frontier is today. So within 3 years total, they get approval at the 18th month mark, maybe a little sooner, and then another year to integrate. So it's overall, from that perspective, not looking at anything else, a very smart move, a very strategic and smart move to scale fiber. And if convergence does become a bigger deal in the industry, Verizon is now prepared and ready to go to serve its customers with convergence if that's what they want. And, the market can see, like, hey, Verizon is ready for a converged offer if that becomes a bigger deal. It's already offered today, but it's in the very low teens as to the impact and percentage of people that choose the converged offer. T-Mobile presented it as well at the Investors Day, and it was like a very low percentage on their chart. Verizon is saying it's a low percentage. The only player today that's saying it's a bigger deal is AT&T, and they're saying it's like closer to 40% for them. So I guess it's all about how you market and how you push it into the market. I think AT&T is more aggressively pushing that. I think it makes sense. We'll see if Verizon and T-Mobile also make it a bigger deal. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.